Do you know how to drive with one hand?
Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, who still rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing this word in humility and sincerity, as commanded by Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Just coming back with another holy conversation. And this is pretty much just going into this movie I just watched entitled American Blackout. All right. I'm gonna put the link, Lord willing, I'll put the link to the movie in the description box after I do this video. But yeah, the movie was called American Blackout, and obviously it deals with things that is about to take place in this society right now, which is prophecy. All right, we're living in a time, whether you know it or not, you're living in a time where prophecy is being fulfilled. And what is prophecy? The word prophesy means to say before. The prefix pro means before, and facade means to say. So the prophets are men who say things and wrote down things that were predicted to happen hundreds or even thousands of years in the future. And the prophets in these times are interpreting the things that they wrote down to give you the sense of what's about to happen in your lifetime. Uh, but when I was watching the movie, like I said, it's called American Blackout, and they're telling you in the news, different articles have came out saying that, I know on the West Coast, Lake Mead, for example, which uh, gives millions of people water and electricity, is drying up over there in Vegas. You know, and that's gonna cause blackouts in the West Coast. They're telling you expect blackouts in the West Coast, blackouts in the East Coast. There's a diesel shortage on the East Coast. They're gonna be rationing out diesel, and this electrical power grid is based off of gasoline. All right, you need gasoline for the type of infrastructure that Esau set up. You absolutely need gasoline. And what the movie made me realize, which I already knew it, but it just brought it to light and it painted that picture, is that Americans, they don't know how to function without electricity. They don't know how to function without these luxuries because Americans have what's called first world problems. My Wi-Fi is not working. Can't find a babysitter. You know, uh, my oil. I got an oil leak. These are all first world problems, man. You know, and they're not used to having a society where everything is not at your fingertips. You know, everything is at your fingertips. And I used to not being in communication with people. You can just pick up the phone and call somebody and know where they at, and know that they're safe and they're good. You know. And another thing that I noticed about the movie, which like the scriptures say, they shall not regard silver and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. There was a point in the movie where the people were at a post office and they were basically auctioning off a gallon of water. And the one guy said, uh, I'll give you. First guy said, I'll give you $10 for a gallon of water. And another guy said, I'll give you 20. And another guy said, I'll give you 40. He said, matter of fact, I'll buy everybody in here a gallon of water for $40 a piece. And then he pulled out a credit card. And the guy and the cashier, the owner of the post office of the business, he looked at him. He said, man, there's no electricity, man. If that damn card ain't gonna work. Yeah, reality, man. Even the way that the economy is set up is not real. A true economy and the true economy is a barter system. Okay, trading of goods and services. I give you 48 eggs, and you give me 2 gallons of milk, or of water. That's how an economy is supposed to function. And when this grid goes down, that's what it's going to go back to. You know, Nobody, they didn't mention anything about silver or gold in the movie. But that's one point that caught my attention. He was like, man, ain't nobody accepting no damn credit cards, man. And he didn't want money either. He said, what do you have to trade? Because after about 3 or 4 days, food started to run out because as soon as the power went out, that eliminates your refrigerators, that eliminates your freezers. So all perishables they had to cook. So they was having they called it blackout parties where people was barbecuing all the meat that was in they uh all the meat that was in their freezers and refrigerators because it was going to go bad anyway. So, and a lot of people in America, that's their main diet, meats, which meats is a delicacy. Meats is a luxury. In the ancient world, you would mainly eat vegetables, fruits, beans, rice, things like that. You would rarely eat meat. If you ate meat, it was on a special occasion, a high holy day, you know, or celebration. But these people, they always eat meats. They're overeaters. This is a gluttonous society. So it's gonna be crazy when these people are about to be deprived of these things soon come. And like I said, the movie is relevant, so it's circulating around the brotherhood because we're expecting blackouts this summer. We're expecting Jacob's trouble this summer. The scriptures speak about a time called Jacob's trouble. You can read about it. The Lord even spoke about it in Matthew the 24th chapter. He called it a time of great tribulation. All right. Another part in the movie, people was getting stuck in elevators and you know and then you had this the movie was basically from a bunch of different perspectives, but you had that one perspective of Edomite family. They were preppers, and so Esau, he relies on food, he relies on guns, he relies on his bug out bag and his bunker and his bug out house. But see, by the end of the movie, all of that stuff was no profit to him. He was at a point where he was about to be put to death because we're not trusting in our gun. We're not even stocking up, super stocking up on food. You might get a couple extra things when you go to the grocery store, but we're not relying on those things to extend our life. We're not relying on a gun to be able to get us out of certain situations when that time comes. All hell's gonna be breaking loose, then we're gonna trust in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Through thy name we shall push down our enemies. We will not trust in our bow, neither will our sword save us, like the scriptures say in the book of Psalms. So that movie was basically second Esdras the 15th chapter, second Esdras the 16th chapter, being displayed in a cinematic way, you know. And of course, at the end of the movie, the power came back on. But see, when this thing takes place in real life, when Jacob's trouble takes place in real life, it's gonna start and it's never gonna stop. It's only gonna escalate. It's only gonna intensify. And it only took about 3 days for people to start bugging out, for people to start rioting, for people to start looting the stores, for cleaning out the stores, you know. And the people were in the movie. They were, like the little things that you take for granted, like a can opener. Those things were valuable in that time. You know, uh, I'm thinking about Second Esdras, the 16th chapter. They shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. You saw a lot of that. People running up in other people's houses, running up in other people's compounds. You know, they even held the gun at the little kid's head, told the little kid to show us where the food at, and you won't get hurt. And I mentioned in the lesson that we did the other day that a nice thief, in that day, a nice thief is going to be one that just takes your food. But a normal thief gonna take your food, gonna whoop your ass, might kill a couple people, might rape a few people. That's what's gonna be going on in that day, you know. And then there was a point, of course, where they declared martial law, which that's Bible prophecy. All right, martial law is Bible prophecy. All these things are about to take place here in America, Babylon the Great. This society cannot function without electricity. It's in the movie. It mentioned that actually. It said that the American society is to move different goods to and fro. You know, it just won't hold up, and that's why one of the main things that, if you remember, but last year, the United States said that one of their main threats was cyber attacks. In the movie, the thing which it was a mixture of movie, but it was also like they used like real life clips of different events that took place and compiled it in a form of a movie. At least that's what it looked like to me. But America's one of the biggest threats that they said was cyber threats from Russia, cyber attacks from Russia. An attack on the electrical grid. You know, and that movie it took place in I believe I want to say like the 90s because a lot of the like the computers they still had the what do you call it? You got the desktop and then you got the box for the computer where you the CD is and you push power or whatever. So it was an older movie. The cell phone, the cameras had batteries, AA batteries and things like that. I think they had flip phones and stuff like that. But now, a cyber attack could even affect, what you call cell phones because there's something called an EMP attack, which an EMP stands for electromagnetic pulse, which is basically like I could be wrong, but I think it's like a frequency or a wave that's being pushed out, and when that frequency hits, the grid, it pretty much shuts everything down, as far as cell phones, cars, because all these cars they run off of electricity. It's not just gas; they don't run off of gasoline alone. The older cars do, but see, this is all by design by Esau Edom. That's why you know these cars they take microchips, they take chips. Thousands of chips is in these newer cars to make them function and to make them run. That's why they have systems like OnStar. These OnStar systems and the GPS systems. You know, um, like my wife, she had gotten into an accident, so the car got fucked up electrically. And it messed with the heat. It messes with the gears, the shifting of gears, and all of that because these cars is basically computers. You know, so when that EMP hits, all computers shut down, all internet is shut down. And man, these people don't know what to do without the internet, man. They can't go without YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. The scriptures speak about a time of the famine of the word. When all those things are shut down, you're not gonna be able to click on a video and be edified with the scriptures. So we're moving into the times where these movies, like the movie American Blackout, I Am Legend, even the movie the Black Summer, minus the zombies, which the zombies that's all spiritual for how people are gonna be losing their mind and people are gonna be acting deranged and crazy. These zombie movies with apocalyptic, movies, you know. Um, damn, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, the EMP attacks. That's also a possibility to take place to catapult, the society into Jacob's trouble. You know, Lord willing, we see them blackouts. Lord willing, we see them blackouts soon, man. And these people are forced to go without. You know, and we're gonna trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. While everybody else trusting with stocking up, they're gonna trust in strength in numbers. They're gonna be trying to form militias, you know, and mercenaries and things like that. None of that's gonna profit these people because at the end of the Great Tribulation, the Son of Man Yahweh Shai is gonna come out the sky with the angels of Yahweh Shem Shai, and he's gonna deliver his elect, and he's gonna rain down fire as well as the nuclear missiles on this place, man. One point in the movie Esau Edom, his bug out house got compromised, um, and so he ended up going into this bunker. He ended up going into the bunker like that was gonna save him, man. But this is what's really going to be going on. This really all that's in the movies was really gonna be taking place. You know, Another thing, people had pets. They didn't have no water for their pets. They didn't have no food for the pets. You know, So hey, you got a cat, you got a dog. Them little things is gonna you better off just letting them go free, unless you want to watch them starve in front of you, you know. And if you got a big dog, you definitely better let him go free because eventually he's gonna start looking at you like food. The scriptures speak about teeth of wild beasts punishing the wicked to destruction. You know, we're living in a time where Yahweh Shemiah Shai is about to weaponize all the necessities that man has to sustain his life. I think it's Sirach, the 39th chapter, the principal things for the use of man's life, water, fire, iron. wood, honey, flour of wheat. All those things, especially flour of wheat, all of those things are at a shortage right now. All those things at a shortage right now. And so when those people are not able to get those things that are literally necessary to sustain your life, they're gonna fight, they're gonna steal, they're gonna kill whoever and whoever, whenever to get it. you know, because it came to a point where somebody came to the Edomite. He said, "I'm your neighbor." He said, "Look, if you guys could just spare a few things for me and my family, And he said, "Look, I got nothing to offer you." He said, "I got nothing to offer you." He said, "Man, please, man, I got kids." He said, "I got kids too." He said, "I got kids too." You know. He said, "Please, man, can you just anything, man?" And then the Edomite, his son, it wasn't his son, but it was like a son-in-law. He said, "Yeah, we got food we can spare. We do have something that we could give him." He said, "Shut the hell up and go in the house." You know, because hey, the scripture say Matthew 24:12, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Man, ain't gonna be no like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Ain't nobody gonna be worried about their neighbor. Go to your neighbor and like get a cup of sugar. People don't even do that now. So how much more when it's a shortage on food, when it's a shortage on sugar, when it's a shortage on flour. Another thing I'm thinking about, I saw this thing on Instagram. These people in the society just showing how spoiled they are. The scripture say in Jeremiah 2 that Israel is a servant, he is a homeborn slave, and he is spoiled. You're spoon fed. Everything is at your fingertips. You don't understand that food has to grow, and then once it grows, it has to be preserved, and then it has to be shipped, and then it has to be transported to the store in order to make it to it. And a lot of food be going bad as soon as you get it in your house because the supply chain is all fucked up. But this guy on Instagram, he posted a video, and he went to the. This was when the pandemic first started. Everybody was all frantic, panic buying, and things like that. But the thing is, even when these Americans they panic buy all the wrong things because they don't actually understand life. They don't actually understand survival. Because how can you learn survival if you've always been spoiled? How can you learn how to swim if you never got pushed in the deep end? And that's exactly what this society, this grid is. So when the people was panic buying, what were they buying? Toilet paper, paper towels. I mean, the dumbest shit you could ever imagine. Why are you buying toilet paper? Why is the toilet paper and the paper towel sold out, but the flour is fully stocked? You see what I'm saying? The loaves of bread was sold out, but the flour was fully stocked. You can make an unlimited supply of bread with flour, but these people they rather go buy the bread because that's that spoiled mentality, man. And like again, food is not gonna save you for the times to come. Only thing that's gonna save you is to repent back to Yahweh Shem Shah, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, in the name of the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah. That's the only way, and you gotta be of the elect. You gotta be predestinated to do that. Because if you're not predestinated to do that, number one, you're not gonna do it, and even if you do it, the Lord is not gonna accept you because He's only coming back for the elect of the nation of Israel, the Israel of God, as the scriptures say. So this society is all out of whack. People have no idea what's coming, and once it comes, they ain't gonna know how to handle it. You know, and that movie was a prime example of it. And like I said, Lord willing, I'm gonna put the link to the movie in the description box, and brothers can check it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it was prophecy, man. Second Ezra the 15th chapter, second Ezra 16th chapter, all through that movie. All through that movie. So I ain't gonna ramble. I just want to say a few words about the movie. It was a good movie. Brothers could check it out. And I'm gonna close by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honor to the apostle elders, great millstone, Kwame Asherala, Shalom.